Hello and welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy, where your dreams are our mission. This is Yatharth here. So I hope you have already filled your applications for this year prelims. This is 2023's question paper, set A. And here we'll be discussing questions and key takeaways for 2024. How we can utilize this question paper from the previous year to comprehend what we can face in 2024. Let us discuss the first question. This talked about various lakes and their combination or relation with various different rivers, such as the Krishna River and the Kollaru Lake, meandering of the Gandak River and Kanwar Lake, formation of Kanwar Lake. So we see the meandering here. It is an geological process, the Oxbow Lake formation. So this Kanwar Lake is an Oxbow Lake. All right, all of these we cannot say that the specific options could have been predicted, but there is a pattern underlying which, if understood, can help us predict what we can face in the 2024 this year. All right, so when we see the pattern, we come across that all of these are freshwater lakes. All of these harbor the migratory bird populations. All of these are suffering from drying, issue of drying, and all of these are in, let's say, suffering from pollution also. These are being restored. All right, so these four things are common in all those rivers. This is why we can have a pattern for our next paper, that if we are supposed to read among this topic the lakes of India, then what to read? All right, then we should focus on what things? First of all, the climate change issue. That means the drying of the lakes. A report came in 2023, May 2023, in Down to Earth, and it told that over 30 major lakes of India are facing the issue of drying. Also, you could see in the UPSC CSC prelims only about the Fagubine Lake. It is an African lake and almost dried up. So, this UPSC is giving us questions from both geography as well as environment, a mix of questions. Okay, so this drying lake river is very important, the pollution in the river and the climate change. Second thing is the waterways connecting or the connecting waterways, especially the Sagarmala project. All right, and the water sharing project, that is very important. So please take care of all these patterns for this year. Okay, let's talk about the next question, which talked about this port, Kamarajar Port, Mundra Port, Vishakhapatnam Port. Okay, so this question was majorly from the ports. So we know there are 13 major ports in India, and you must know everything about them because they are so few, 13 only. All right, their location must be very clear to you. Their function must be very clear to you, where they ship, where they import from. All right, what is their way? So this question again was very random. We can this was clearly guessable that Visakhapatnam port is largest or not largest port in India. It is not. Alright, JNPT. And Mundra port, this is largest privately owned port in India. First major port registered as a company. Kamarajar port is correct. Okay, so all of these questions we cannot predict. If we know them. Otherwise, we cannot eliminate options in such. So, what is the way forward for us from this question? So, first of all, let us focus on the Red Sea crisis. All right, is India developing such ports which can help in the development of IMEC and make us go through the Red Sea crisis at this time? India is also taking development of multiple ports in this portion. All right, recently we covered in a lecture that India has identified many ports to develop further. Okay, so read about them. Also, in the Indian history, you must read about ancient ports, especially the Chola ports. Okay, they are coming again and again in the questions, various different questions. So this is for here. Furthermore, let us see this third question about the jackfruit, mahua, teak. All of them are given in NCERT. But still, why did it come here? Okay, we cannot guess about the jackfruit. Although what we can see is it is from tropical environment. Only tropical trees have such fruits which grow quite big. It is the one of the biggest fruits in the world. Mahua was very famous in the tribal news. Okay, tribals mostly depend upon mahua for multiple things, especially for the wine making. And teak, we all know, it's a dry deciduous sort of tree used in the furniture making. All right, but it is all given in the NCRT, in the Indian Geography book. So please read NCRT carefully. This is the takeaway from here. Of course, this question will not get verbatim repeated the next year, but we can always take the hint that read NCRT. All right. Now, next one we'll see quickly that India, in comparison to China, India has more arable area, proportion of irrigated area. This question is about agriculture basically. Okay, and it is comparing India with respect to China. So China is only geographically equivalent country to India. All right, and we cannot have comparisons with Pakistan, let's say economically or agriculturally, with Sri Lanka, with Afghanistan, or with Myanmar, all these countries. But what we can see here in recent years that India had have its outreach to various countries in the east. All right, a question came on the Vietnam also very recently related to economy. But this question is about the agriculture section. Okay, so while we should take care of the agriculture that it can be compared between two neighboring countries, what we must focus more on is specific varieties and the technological advancements in agriculture very recently. Multiple fertilizers have been developed very recently, like liquid nano urea. All right, multiple varieties of different things have been developed, especially let's say cotton. There is always question about cotton agriculture, rice agriculture. Okay, and there have been questions earlier about the palm agriculture as well. Okay, and let's say oils, edible oils. So these things we must take care about. The tobacco. So all of these tobacco, coffee and tea. There have been questions on tea board, coffee board. All right, so in agriculture you take care of that thing. Rubber is also very important here. The rubber production. Okay, rubber, cotton, tea, rice, coffee, all of these things you must take care of. Okay, next one, let's see very quickly. Which of the following is the best example of the repeated falls in the sea level giving rise to present the extensive marshland? Okay, one thing you see here, it is defining in the question marshland. It is talking about a marshland. And now here, regardless of whatever the name, initial name it is giving, it is defining in the end that it is a mangrove. It is not a marshland. Okay, it is a salt pen. It is not a marshland. It is a swamp. It is not a marshland. Okay, in the end only there's one question which does not define that what is it. Okay, so it can be our marshland. All right. Furthermore, it is also talking about the Bhitarkantika. This is in Odisha. Then Marakkanam salt panes. Okay, they are artificial creations actually. They are not because of the fall in sea level. They are derived or they are created so that the salt can be extracted. This is clearly saying that it is a swamp, okay, not a marshland. So Run of Kutch was our answer, and it just tells simply about to read whatever geographical formations are there in the country. We cannot predict much from it. All right. And this question, the ilmenite and rutile, it is also clearly given in the NCRT again. NCRT again in the mineral chapter. All right. And in the NCRT, it talks basically about their presence in the toothpaste. And in toothpaste, they are present as the titanium dioxide, FeO or TiO2. All right. So this you can again take a hint that NCRT is again very important. Please read all the chapters carefully before going to prelims. All right, do not read the gist or the small portion or whatever. They will skip lines. All right, just read the actual NCRT completely. Furthermore, about three-fourths of the world's cobalt metal required for the manufacturing of batteries is produced by. Okay, again, we saw the cobalt mining in the Congo, much in news. This was very much in news and the current affairs. So, very simple takeaway from here. All right, Africa is very much favorite of the UPSC. Africa is very much favorite of the UPSC. All right, again and again it has asked about the, let's say, Lake Fagubine, it asked, the DRC it asked, all right, Democratic Republic of the Congo, it asked about the Congo Basin, it asked about the various coup in Somalia, etc. Now what can it ask from the Africa again? All right, it can really ask about the rivers, of Africa. Okay, geographically, Africa is very important. And what is currently happening in Africa, that is also very important. So, China's investment can be asked. All right. Recently, we saw the ECOWAS. We also saw the terrorism in the Sahel region. We saw the instability in various different countries like Somalia, Eritrea, Sudan especially. All right, we saw the climate change effect in the South Africa. So these questions can come. Okay, let's move forward. So which of the following is part of the Congo Basin? Not so again, Africa geographically, must read Africa geographically. It is very, very, very important. 5 star, I would say. All right. And consider the following statements: Amarkantak Hills. Now again, see, we had a lecture on this also. The confluence of Vindhya Hill and Sayadri Hill. Sayadri are Western Ghats basically. So you must know the location of the Western Ghats. So this is the location of Western Ghats here. All right, and the Vindhyachal Mountains here. Okay, so is it on here, the Amarkantak Hills? No, it is right here, this side. Bilirangan Hills, BR Hills, basically they are in Bangalore and constitute the easternmost part of the Satpura range. Satpura range, no, Satpura range is here. Sheshachalam Hills constitute the southernmost part of the Western Ghats. Sheshachalam Hills are in Andhra Pradesh here, not in the Western Ghats. So again, all three are incorrect. So must read about the mountains of India in general. Okay, the Himalayan range can be asked at this time. The Himalayan range can be asked. This time, please take care about it. And the extreme Western Ghats can be asked, like the Western Ghats of the Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, Doda Betta, Mudumalai, Anamalai, all of these can be asked. All right, let's quickly finish with this 10th question. So, India's project on connectivity. This gives the hint for 2024. We have recently had connectivity projects with Myanmar, Bangladesh. Bangladesh, especially, we had a big connectivity project, the real connectivity project. We have connectivity projects with Bhutan also, Nepal also. So please read about all these three especially. All right. And East-West Corridor, quadrilateral project. So big road projects in India can also be asked directly. So please take care about these. We'll discuss further questions in the next lecture surely. Sorry, just a second. We'll discuss further questions in the next lecture. This is Yatharth here. I'll see you in the next lecture. Have a great day ahead.